This is warm-up progression B. After all the foam roll stuff, the tennis ball stuff, we move on to mobility, flexibility, and activation. We're going to start off here with a warrior lunge stretch. Hip flexor here. I'm going to take a long stance. And I'm going to fire the glute, push my hips forward. I'm going to hold that right there. And I perform that on both sides. The next one for activation is going to be a bird dog. Opposite hand, opposite foot reach. Working on trunk stability here. Firing through the glute as I reach back. Keep a flat back. And no rotation. You end up performing the reps for both sides. Check the site for the number of reps. Third one, X-band walk. This is on warm-up A as well. This is the only one that shows up on both of them. I'm going to step on the band, cross it, shoulders back, back and down, chest forward. Working lateral movement here, activating the glutes. Take it back to the other side. Next one, rocking ankle mobility. I'll take a pike position to start. Put my right foot behind my left, working through a range of motion with my ankle as I come down and back up. I'll perform that on both sides. Next two, we're working on the scapula, the foundation of the shoulder and the back here. First one's a scalp push-up. We'll perform these for reps. What I want to make sure I do is I don't break the elbows. I'm going to stay straight through here, moving the shoulder forward and back. I'll keep my trunk neutral. I'm going to sink the chest and protract forward. Next one, scap wall slide. I'm going to start with my feet about 12 inches out from the wall. Get my back flat against the wall, arms up against the wall. I want to keep them in contact as they slide up and slide down. I allow the scapula upward and downward rotation. Next one, a fence over under. What I'm working on here is hip mobility. I'm going to get up like I'm getting over a fence. I'm going to go down like I'm getting under a fence. So I'll start, fence over, down, and under. Working on hip mobility, trunk stays neutral. Over, down, and under. Perform my reps this side, then I'll perform back to the other side. Over, down, and under. Over, down, and under. Next one, shin grabs. Lengthen the hip extensors in the back. Keep my chest tall, make sure the knee comes to the chest, keep the hips tall as I perform it. Next one, we call it a hip flexion, hip extension combo. I'm initially going to take what I call a three-point stance. Meaning that left foot up, right foot back, right hand down. My knee's going to come up. I'm going to work with my elbow inside my knee, trying to get my elbow to the ground as I work through this range of motion in my hip. From there, I'll perform just a couple reps, and I'm going to open up and stabilize and hold before I go to an extension, in which I go 4-point stance. From here, now I'm extending the hip and getting it back and up. So this is a combination. So here's the flexion movement. perform the number of reps on the site. I'm going to open up and hold. That should be a 5-second hold. And I'll go both hands down. I call this a 4-point stance. Now I'm going to pull my toe to my forehead and get my hips up and back. For a hold and then down. Up and back, hold and down. Up and back, hold and down. Okay, next one. Lateral leg swing on the wall. Working on the groin here. I want to make sure I don't hike my hip up as I do it. I'm going to get much more range of motion out than I'll get in. All right, our last one in mobility, flexibility, and activation is what I call a reverse lunge with a cross reach. And the reason we do this is because there's a functional link between our shoulder and our opposite hip and ankle. Okay, so in doing so, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to step back with my right leg long. I have to get the flexor working. As I do so, I'm going to reach over my shoulder like I'm throwing dirt over my shoulder. So I'm here, and I'll perform the number of reps on that side, and then I'd switch to this side. Again, that's a very long lunge. You need to work the flexors. Med ball series for warm-up B. We're doing raises and T-spine rotations. Working the same 3 movement patterns, linear, lateral, rotational, with a raise. We're going low to high on each one. Linear, lateral, rotational. Linear, lateral, rotational. All right, the last one we'll do here is a T-spine rotation. Now I'm trying to rotate through the upper back, not through the trunks. I want my hips and my core to always stay, my hips and my lumbar spine to always stay together. So this is a rotation through the T-spine up top. Same pattern here. That's outside, and this is inside. All right, movement to a sprint, just like warm-up A. For warm-up B, we have a diagonal skip, which I'm working a diagonal pattern going forward, a reverse skip, a power karaoke, and a lateral cross under skip. On the diagonal skip, I'm going to come in a zigzag manner. Remember, everything finishes with a sprint. And through. Now, reverse skip. Tall. Last 2 are lateral movements, so perform them going both directions for each movement. First one's a power karaoke, really aggressive on the front side. Last one, a cross under skip. Just using the backside reach, pounding down.